So the adaptive cup, it can be done with a glass, or a plastic cup, whichever you prefer, whatever you use. It can be done at home, classroom, restaurants, family functions, daycare, anywhere that you might need it. Um, in the classroom, for students who are learning how to pour or who have some depth perception difficulties, some visual impairments, this is a great idea. You just stretch the band on. The student then can pour the liquid into the cup, and then they have a very bold visual as where to stop when, so that they don't overflow. That does seem to be a problem in preschool, overflowing the cup. So this gives a nice visual for them to stop. Also, I have the rubber wristband. This is a great idea too, but the downfall is you have to have cups that will fit with it. So if you put the rubber wristband on, it can also work just like the fill line with the hair tie, but also it acts as a stop for hands. So for students who have trouble with grip, this is a good thing. Also for little hands who are just learning how to use a glass, and they get condensation in the cold, this also helps with that slippage. So this is the adaptive cup. So the flip light and the tap light, depending on the student's capabilities, one might be easier than the other. One works just like a light switch while the other one is simply tapped. They run on batteries. They're found at hardware stores. I got these at the dollar store. They're usually used for places where they have low lights, such as closets or downstairs. But I think these could be great adaptive tools for students who are nonverbal. If they know the answer to a question, they can certainly hold this up so that the teacher knows that they know an answer, or they have a question. It could also be assigned a need, such as a bathroom visit or something of that nature. So this would be an adaptation tool for classroom. It could also be used in the home. So this would be for a student who is nonverbal. The soap saver is exactly at what it is. I picked it up at the Dollar Tree. It's simply a piece of rubber that has these soft prongs on it. It could be affixed to a table with maybe Velcro or tape, or it just could stay mobile as it is. This would be handy for a student who has trouble picking things up off of a solid surface. So with the soap saver idea, students could get up underneath of it with their fingers to actually pick it up. Uh, if they had to, they could also tip it up. However, they might need to use that. But it works for pencils, it works for crayons, multiple items, glue sticks, all those things would work on here and make the comfort and ease of picking things up instead of trying to get a hold of it off of the solid surface. The other thing is I've had students who have a real problem with their pencils rolling away and they lose focus because their pencil or their crayon is rolling. This also stops that from happening. So if you have a student who has some focus issues, that might also be a good way to solve that. This is my dough adaptation. It's simply done with Play-Doh. This happens to be the Crayola Silly Sense dough, and counting objects to count. I just reach in, pinch off a piece, and roll it into a ball and place it under the counting objects. It's easy for students at that point because all they need is their tool for school, and they have to flatten and say the numbers. So they say 1, 2, 3, 4. This is great for students who have some learning disabilities, specifically with focus. And it would also be good for students who had some visual impairments as well, if this was like high vis dough, so that they could see it maybe a little bit better for their counting work. So this is my adaptation for Play-Doh.